Blitz Uncommon Fossil, and today taking one last ride with Blissey V. It's a nice tanky basic Pokemon, 210 HP, and as a basic we can use Bravery Charm to give it extra 50 HP to 300, so tough to one-shot. And then it's got an attack that ramps up. Blissful Blast does 10, and then 30 more for each energy attached to this Pokemon. And if you do any damage with this attack, you may attach up to 3 energy cards in the discard pile to this Pokemon. So not only it builds itself up too from energies in the discard pile. So it can be potentially good. Now, a couple problems. Blissey, even at its peak, was probably okay at best. The high point was probably with Miltank, which is still in format, but it's not great now because Miltank had Miracle Body, was immune to the attacks of Pokemon V, but then EXs came out, so that kind of ruined that. There is Mimikyu, but that takes Psychic Energy, whereas Miltank was too colorless, so that was better. And then also we had like Powerful Energy that did an extra 20 damage, so that was very good for Blissey and Miltank, but that's rotated. So Blissey's really fallen off, but I still like it and want to give it a run there. So how to power it up. I did do a video at one point a little while ago on Fortress EX to accelerate a bunch of grass energies, which was fun, but giving up 2 prizes is suboptimal, we will say. So pairing it with Arceus V-Star, it's simple. Trinity Nova does 200 damage or 180 if you have DTE attached, and then you accelerate 3 basic energies to your Pokemon V any way you'd like, so either setting up another Arceus or setting up Blissey V. Very good there. Starbirth, search your deck for only 2 cards, so really good there. So a 3-4 line of the Arceus V-Star. You know what the V does too. You can use Trinity Charge to power up a Blissey or do 130, and then you could try like a Barrel Engine or a Curly Engine actually can be good too, but just playing Radiant Greninja, just deck space, bench space, keeping it nice and simple. Radiant Greninja. I'm a little scared, up against Snorlax, Stall / Control, having a Pokemon that can't attack, but he can attack because the energies, when we get down to it, 4 DTEs, it's Arceus. Certainly Arceus is the starter in the attacker and maybe the main attacker depending on the matchup, but then 10 basic waters, so it will let Radiant Greninja attack, but you gotta attach 3 turns in a row and then you discard 2, so it's not great, but it could be what you need to do. And then the other reason for water is I do play 1 copy of Melony. You attach a water energy from the discard vault to one of your Pokemon V and draw 3 cards. Is very good. More copies could be good, but just trying to find the right mix of things in this list. And it's okay, is what I'll say. I'll get to the trainers, but it's certainly not top tier, but it is fun to play Blissey again. So I'll just kind of work through things. So switching, 1 switch, 1 rope. I used to play some Jet Energy in it for additional switching, but my last change was I cut those and I put in basics instead, because I wanted to be able to accelerate more turns with Arceus V-Star's attack, because really you want Arceus V-Star probably twice to the Blissey V, so then when you send up that Blissey V to attack, you're doing huge damage. Okay, so that's the switching cards. 4 Ultra Balls, discard some energies, which can be good for Blissey to accelerate to itself, but also we need to get Arceus V-Star into play, as well as what else we need, and 3 Nest Balls. Could kind of flip that around to 4 Nest Balls and 3 Ultra Balls, but just give myself flexibility there. All right, what else do we got here? 2 Zenith Resolve. I like this. It's rotating. It's a card that doesn't see a ton of love, but I do like it. For some decks, it works well. I think it can be good in this deck. You discard 2 cards from hand and draw a card for each of your opponent's Pokemon in play. So you don't have to discard your whole hand, but you discard some of your hand. So particularly, you want to get a couple energies in the discard pile to accelerate to Blissey V. Very good there. And then you can, as long as your opponent has a decent amount of Pokemon in play, which a lot of decks do, if you draw even 4 or 5 cards, that's okay. 2 Earthen Vessels. Discard a card, right? Get some energies into hand. Base really good there. We play 3 Path to the Peak because that's very good against a lot of decks, but we do want to be able to use Arceus V-Star power and Radiant Greninja as well. So 2 Lost Vacuum to kind of control get rid of a stadium or a tool. Very good there. So I said 3 Bravery Charm. I initially had 4, just kind of looking for deck space, down to 3, but very good. Gives your basic 50 extra HP. 2 Iono, the 1 Melony, like I said. 1 Professor Turo scenario. We play 1 Turo and 2 Cheren's Care, which both have value. Professor Turo, put a Pokemon into your hand, discard all cards from that are attached to it, so the energies get discarded in particular, and also a tool. Sad about the tool, but sometimes the energies of the discard can be good. That way we can accelerate them if our other Blissey attacks to get more energies onto the Blissey. Energies in the discard is good when we attack with Blissey, but Cheren's Care is also really good. Your colorless Pokemon with damage counters on it, put it into your hand, as well as all attached cards, so we get to keep a tool if we have it. We get to keep those energies, and that it can be good with this deck. So I like having the mix. I think this might be the right split. It's hard to say, and I've worked on the deck. I've adjusted it. Obviously, it could use more work to get better. I'm sure it could be improved. Let me know in the comments with any suggestions. But it's rotating soon, and the deck is okay. It's really a fun deck. It's not a powerful deck, I don't think. And you want Pal Pad, get back some supporters, really good there. 1 Super Rod, get back basic energies Pokemon into the deck, good there. 2 Boss's Orders, obviously really good. Could play Counter Catcher, I don't. Boss is good, and we recover with Pal Pad, so I like it kind of for that reason. In part because we play 4 Professor's Research, so having the Pal Pad and the Rod is important, but discard your hand, draw 7. It really helps us set up a lot. Could play Squawk. Maybe the deck should play Squawkabilly EX. I'm thinking about it. That could be good on turn 1 as well. It is a colorless Pokemon, so we can get it out of play. Maybe that would be a smart play as well, but keeping the list the way it is. So just put that idea out there. Squawkabilly EX could be good, and then, I don't know, cut a Research maybe? I don't know. I got to think about that. So I've been playing on a casual. I'm going to jump into rank to make the video, and let's see what we can do with the list in action. All right, let's see what happens here. Hopefully we get something decent out of Blissey V. Up to this point, as I've been testing it, I have been going to casual ladder. I think I'm going to do more testing. Previously, I basically did all my play on the rank ladder. I think I'm going to do deck testing and building more on the casual ladder and play the decks in the more finished form on the rank ladder. A deck like this still may struggle on the rank ladder. I don't know. And obviously, okay, I'm going, I think, second. Doesn't matter. Either way, this is what I want to do. I have DTE, I have Blissey, so Goldengo, okay, Sizor, okay, which hits me for abilities. Blissey V has its ability too, so that's, I didn't mention it in the overview, but it will, all right, let's get going. Let's finish your setup, please. I will draw my 2 cards. All right, got another Arceus, that's good. Yeah, I mean, without the tool, so I'm going to accelerate 2. This is where it gets a bit of a question, right? Artisan's no good for me. It's not a bad hit. I probably don't want to Iono because Arceus, Blissey, double turn. Well, obviously I'm going to play the Blissey. I'm going to, I don't know what's obvious. I should try not to say obviously, because what's obvious to one is not obvious to everybody. But okay, since this is not great, so I'm going to do this Arceus. The question is, where do I want to accelerate to? I don't want to, because I have the Ultra Ball to get the V-Star. My opponent probably does not play Path to the Peak, so do I want to? I think I want to set up the Arceus V, is what I want to do. Let's just take a peek at what's in here. Okay. Alrighty. Getting a sense. Okay, got my 3 stadiums. That's good too. So I'm going to drop all these energies onto the Arceus V. On the bench, depending if I draw into a supporter that gets rid of the V, like Turo maybe. Getting rid of this Arceus V could be good. I don't one-shot the Goldengo EX either way, so I guess it doesn't matter. hopefully they don't get knocked out. They need to get, what, 5 energies? Is it 50 per? So 5 energies in hand. They need to get the switch off, too, and it's... Okay, so draw 3. Well, that's a nice card for them. And now they get to use the Artisan again, right? They used Artisan already. Ooh, so, okay. I mean, that's probably not the play I would have made, I would say. Attaching the energy there. Because I'm going to knock them out, right? So they got to double Artisan that turn, right? Just making sure they did. Yeah. So, which is a very nice turn. Very nice turn. So what are they getting down? A Skwovet, maybe? We'll see. Okay, getting rid of a Rod. So using up some... All right, Greninja. So far, I haven't seen Water Energy, so I don't know if they can hit the bench. I'm not overly concerned with it because I'm tanky. I guess, yeah, I mean, I guess if they were, since they knew that, if they knew they were going to get rid of the hand, okay, so size, so Path to the Peak helps me a lot, too, in this matchup. Besides shutting down their ability, all right, so they're going to attack. Right now, they only get the knockout. Okay, they have the knockout now, I'm pretty certain. If they don't have the knockout, they should have waited on that tool. So, you know, it is what it is. So I'll get 3 energies from the Arceus V when I attack. I will get, I'll get Path to the Peak in play. Oh, they missed the knockout. Well, that's super nice there. I think so I can get him, I can scoop him up, right? I can Cheren's Care here. So, what do I want to get rid of here, right? That's part of my question. So I'm gonna get rid of all the Zinnias. And I'll get rid of a Blissey. Gonna grab the V-Star. Just double check here. I've got, Cheren's Care. Super nice. I'll attach the DTE, I think, to the Blissey V. I will toss down Path to the Peak as well. So so their Goldingo doesn't work, so that is quite nice as well. Cheren's Care. Path to the Peak. Life is good, I think. Cheren's Care you up. I think I want to drop this down. I will drop down to the Arceus, because Arceus is good as well. I'm going to just start loading up this Blissey V, I think, is my plan here. So, 200. And, look, they missed the one shot, which was important to me. So what am I doing for damage? I have 5 energies, 150, 160, but minus 20. So I'm doing 140. So that's the thing. Blissey takes a lot of energies to ramp up. So I'm doing 140, which, hitting into these EXs and stuff, it's not great. In fact, like a stage 2 EX, I'm probably 3-shotting them at this point, and that's not good. Now, if I attack, I will accelerate energy loose. Potentially right now, I don't have any energy in the discard pile. But, yeah, see what happens. If Path sticks, though, I'm in good shape here, right? So I don't know what they're going to do. They're Ionoing. Okay. I mean, that's fine with me. It was an okay. I mean, I probably was going to play my own Iono. Oh, V-Star, Brave. That's a very nice set of cards to get. I'm going to put a lot of resources, a lot of energy onto this Blissey V and hope they can't knock that out. That's kind of... So there's a certain amount of fragileness. If they knock out this Blissey V, that's going to have a lot of energies on it. I'm sad. All right, so they need now, what? They need 6 energies. So they get 4 here, right? I think. I'm just trying to see how many... Yeah, they got 4. I was trying to look in the discard pile before they played it. So they had 3 cards in hand. So did they have... So they missed the knockout. Well, that's awesome. That's really awesome. Okay, so... I think I want to... I think I'll take the knockout here. I have boss, but I don't think I want to. I think I want to take the knockout here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to keep just building up this guy. So he is a massive. All right. Do I want to get back Cheren's care? I think I'll wait. I think I'm just going to attack this turn. Take a knockout. They're going to take 2 prizes next turn, but let's see. I have double turbo in here as well, right? So 3. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 on the V-Star, 1 on the Blissey, because I want, now I can attach a double turbo onto the V-Star and attack with him, right? That's the thought there. All right, Iono boss. That's okay. So got both bosses. I didn't know one was prized. So 5, 6, 7 times 3 is 210, 220, but minus what, 20. So I think I'm doing 200. Which again, I have a lot of energy, so I'm doing 200. I'm doing the same amount that this Arceus V-Star does. So this is where Blissey's like the math with Blissey. You know, it is a basic though, which you know has certain advantages. I can also play the trainer, the supporter to get a basic out of play, right? So they missed the knockout. I'm glad for that as well. How do I want to work this? I think I'm going to chuck this energy onto him on the Blissey, take the knockout. That's fine. So now I get 3 prizes. You know, the size are still nice to get rid of too. And my opponent conceded. You know, hey, that game was largely the power path, right? The fact that Arceus. Now, it means my Radiant Greninja is not good in a lot of these games, but in a lot of times, I don't mind not having it, right? If I'm set up like that with just, honestly, a couple Pokemon, you just can kind of ride it out. It actually works very well. Once you only need the part of the strength of the deck is simplicity. You just need a few pieces in play, and you are going. So deck performed very nicely. Path certainly helped win that game. All right, let's see what we can do here. Would like to go first if possible, but you know, last game I'm pretty sure I went second and got the double turbo on Arceus and started accelerating, and that ended up working out quite nicely. In fact, going second since I didn't get knocked out even. Okay, well this is very nice. Might even toss down Path depending on what I'm up against here. If Path will help, because I have good pieces for next turn. I have Research. I have Iono. I think I'm willing to take the chance on Path. And Path, yeah, so we'll see. See what I'm up against here. Mew, Roaring Moon. Yeah, okay, so not great. So I need Path because I don't want to get knocked out. They might be able to knock me out this turn, and that will be very bad. If they knock me out this turn, it's pretty much game over. They got a nice start. They probably should not have benched the Roaring Moon, though, because if I had played Rope that turn, it would have been bad for them. Yes, there is the grabber, right, that puts a Pokemon from the hand into on the bottom of their deck. I think it goes to the bottom of the deck. It goes into the deck, I think the bottom. That would have been bad, but I'm much more likely to play Rope in a deck right now. So post-rotation without Rope, then maybe that becomes the better play. Because then Grabber is not rotating, but Rope is, you know, I would say, yeah, I'm thinking you don't play the second Pokemon now. Post-rotation, playing that second Pokemon onto the bench, you know, I don't think you're going to see a lot of Grabber. I think that's the right card name. I think it's got, I don't know if it's just Grabber. I think it's a two-word name, and I can't remember what the other part is, but the one opponent reveals their hand, which is nice to know what's in their hand. You put a Pokemon you find there on the bottom of their deck, I believe is what the text says. All right, well, that was super nice. So you know what I don't want to do now? I don't want to Iono them, right? That's what happens. So this is good. Going to research because my opponent, which also now means they cannot Squawkabilly, right? They cannot Squawk and Seize. So going to get going here very nicely. I get the knockout. So that's really good because 180 HP, super, super nice there. What do I want to get down? I think I'll get down another, and my opponent conceded. So, hey, they, once again, I don't know exactly what they have, but Path just ruined the day. And actually, a really nice start to that game, right? I was going to put down another Arceus V, because I like having the option to evolve to another V-Star the following turn, because I can always like Cheren's Care, my active, if he gets damaged but not knocked out. So I'm going to keep it short. 2 very quick wins with the deck. You know, I don't think the deck is quite as good as these last 2 games might indicate, right? Hey, I'm very pleased to have gotten this performance out of them. And if you like Blissey V, you can get some wins like I just showed. I think Arceus V-Star is the way to pair it. You have a number of cards, Professor Turo Scenario, Cheren's Care, to get some of those Pokemon out of play or get them back into hand. You can toss them back down and kind of keep the energies, build up the energies, and, you know, have some fun playing Blissey V and, you know, just have some fun playing Pokemon and take care.